Hey everybody, it's Great Northern JJ here. And I need to get off of my Facebook or YouTube page. So welcome everybody to an impromptu live stream. Um, had some breaking news that I wanted to get out there to everybody. And let's move back over the closet. So let me get the main reason. So here I am at the local hobby store. Let's see who we got here. We got Clintonville Model Railroad. Thank you for showing up. Closet Branch. Hello. Dwight with Curly Express. Andy Hot Dog Pilot. Sparky. Hey. Don't know if this is your first time on my show, but welcome. Maybe not. Memory is not what it used to be, I suppose, or maybe it never was. Pete Motley. Yeah, this will you'll want to hear. So I went into Tammie's Hobbies today, which is my local hobby store, and found out that our longtime train guy there has retired. So Steve, the train guy, has decided to retire. So this is wanted to get this out there just so people would know, especially Pete, because Pete had been asking about him. A little bit sad. Steve was the first guy that I met at Tammie's Hobbies and knew by his name, Steve. And then there's Cindy, and I think Dwayne, who is the owner. But yeah, now we have a new young kid. We'll see if he can learn it. There's a lot to learn, called Zach. But I went in and I was looking for a. Let me go back to the bigger camera here. I was looking for something to put on my. Well, I didn't have any layout. I didn't have any track. And my dad had sent me N scale stuff, and I wanted to get into N scale. And so I bought this, and it's B unit. This is a F7 Great Northern. This was my first one that I bought from Tammie's. And Steve was there. He sold it to me. In fact, he pointed out to me he probably wanted to move. This probably been in the case for a while. But always such a helpful guy. Always such a helpful guy. Hey, Sparky actually went in there looking to buy a Conrail, blue color Conrail, but I couldn't find one. Only got brown stuff there. So, anyways, what do I have to say? He was he's for weeks and weeks. I mean, I would go in there every Saturday, and Steve was unless he was on vacation, which rarely happened, or the previous time he was ill, he'd always be there, a fixture, and it almost became like your local bartender. You ever going hanging out, like cheers to Sam Malone, So he was a guy. In fact, I have a great little story. Before I bought the house that I'm in right now, I was telling him, yeah, Steve, I found this house, but there's this problem and there's that problem and there's another problem. And he's like, why are you buying this house? So I was thinking about that. That was sitting like a bubble in my head. And I said, yeah. So I called up my real estate agent and I said, let's back out. You got something on your face. What do I got on my face? Yeah. I didn't shave. That's normal. Um, that's normal for me, Dwight. Wait, he was on your screen. Well, what's Pete said? Steve asked me back in the summer if I wanted to hire on. I thought about it a long time, but decided not to take the position. Well, Pete, they are. I talked to Cindy, and I talked to Zach, the young guy, and they are looking to hire that. They are looking to hire a full-time trained person because the young guy who's training up for that is a huge role to take on. Steve did so much more than just the trains. He sent out all of the emails. He did all the things across the whole company. So not just trains, but the RC campaigns and whatnot and everything. So there's a huge shoes to fill. Steve 87, welcome. Let me see who didn't I when I got caught up here. Let me go back. Andy, Dwight, Sparky, Pete, Closet Branch, Dats, and Steve 87. Yeah. And so Steve, like I was just saying, Steve, the train guy at Tammie's Hobbies has decided to retire. So, hey, welcome, Wesley. And who did I miss? I missed somebody. Yeah. Okay. Well, if I missed anybody, thank you all for joining this impromptu live stream. Picked up some in-cut pliers. Never know when you might need some. And Dwight, I've got some felt feet to put underneath those cabinets. I'm going to take off the rolly wheels. It'll give me the clearance for my train cabinets underneath the layout. Yeah, too far commute. Yeah. I think Cindy, I was talking to her, and she's like, "Do you know anybody?" I'm like, I'm not a good people person. I would get fed up with that stuff. I don't like to be on the service side of things. But and also there's the fact that I wouldn't quit my current job. I would not afford to do that and then retire later. Anyways, that said, man, Steve has been a figure in my hobby. One of the helpers to get me back into the hobby, besides my dad and Steve at Tammie's Hobbies, and then all the wonderful people online here, including the people early on, shows that I watched habitually. Then some of them aren't doing things anymore for various reasons, obviously. Hey, brother Dan, more snow. Yeah, it seems like it's really cold there. So yeah, it's a gut punch for sure. There's details which I won't go into. It's Steve's private things, but this last time he's gotten sick, it's been a doozy for him. So I think he decided to spend his time with his kids and grandkids and that kind of stuff. But he's now in rehab, trying to recover from what has taken him out. So, or nearly took him out. So, that's about all I had to say, except for these other things, right? Yeah. Picked up nearly nothing. I picked up the most recent model railroad track planning, but that's downstairs. And it turns out I need more. I need more light on this green screen because I think I'll switch over camera views here back to Tammie's Hobbies. Let's make my head a little bigger. Yeah. So, in fact, you can see that thing over here. Oh, that is my camera arm that I don't need at this moment that was sticking in there. Yeah, back to chat. Who's on SCS? I don't have the answer for that. I forget. It's one of 4 people, right? So it's the 3rd Saturday. Is it Dave DB Tech tonight? Yeah, and the what is it? Burgerville shut down that location. DES. Des. Okay. Okay. We'll find out where that is and join. I guess there's some people happy. Anybody who's around the Philadelphia area must be happy with tonight's result from the football game. And the poor people down in LA have had an early exit, or not so early, but they couldn't hang. So, anywho, that's all I got. And thanks for watching this little impromptu thing. Again, Tammie's Hobbies. Great hobby stop. Great hobby stops. Take 2. Great hobby shop. And they've also experienced some downturn in business on both sides. There's a lot of backlog stuff. There's some problems getting things from Walthers. I don't know. Walthers has got different supplier issues or something. Maybe some factories moving to different countries. Yeah, Craft Warehouse. That place has been a revolving door. It was a Bed Bath and Beyond, I think. If I'm remembering right. Maybe that's not the one. Anyways, there was a Bed Bath and Beyond right there, and that went out of business. But I thought it went to become a grocery outlet. Maybe that Craft Warehouse is a different place. But there's a number of places that can't hang, and it's sad because you can't buy everything from Amazon. So here's a message. Hey, for those of you who do have local hobby shops or local shops that you shop from, and hopefully I'm talking about the small mom and pop stores and not the large chains. People might know which one I'm talking about here. But, well, if that's all you got, then what are you going to do? But I would say go shop local when you can. We need these places to keep the hobby alive, because without that tactile place you can go in and touch things, without seeing, sometimes there's layouts and trains that are running, or seeing airplanes hanging over your head, or model rockets, or RC cars. Without those, people will be less likely to buy them. People will be less likely to keep those hobby stores alive. And also, every so often there's people who are really super interested and become, I don't know that they make a lot of money doing this, but We can use knowledgeable people behind the desk selling to us, and people that aren't like full of crap. If you go into a chain store, a hobby chain store, those people often don't know what they're talking about, you know. And can you blame them? They're probably only there part time, and you know it's just a job for them. That's not a passion. For Steve, who's retiring now, it was a passion. He loved model trains himself. He had a huge collection himself. I can't remember how many. He had so many passenger cars. But good thing is, if he can do it, now he has more time to spend with the kids and grandkids and work on model trains or whatever his hobby is, whatever he wants to take up. So, anyhow, I think we'll end this here. I'll see many of you on STS tonight. I don't have the link to that, but y'all can find it. You can go to their Facebook group. Let's go. I'll go over there right now. Let's see if I can show you me going there. Y'all see that? Let's see. I'm talking to nobody. Yeah, I think you can see this. Yeah, ignore that. Yes. Sidetrack Sunday. There we go. And oh, that's February schedule. January is Dave DB Tech is the 19th. So yeah, I won't bring up that link, but go find at DB Tech. If you don't know, get on that show in just under 2 hours. And I will see you there. Oh, you didn't see any of that. I didn't transition. The fool behind the camera. Okay, here. David at DB Tech, right here. I'm sure I'll go back over to StreamYard and look at your comments, and you're telling me, hey, we can't see what you're talking about. So let's go back and transition back to the main camera, and we'll tie this one up, and I'll say later to y'all. Have a good one. If you have tomorrow off, have a good time. If you don't, if you're working, hope that your work is good for you and everything's going great. What do we say? I'll be back next Saturday. Catch you later.